Well, hi there, and welcome back. This is Joe Brownlee with Palm Beach State College, and you are watching the Intermediate Algebra Final Exam Review Series. We are on question number 16, and so we're going to jump right in. All right, so the directions for number 16 say, use the rules of exponents to simplify the expression, write the answer with positive exponents, assume that all variables represented are positive real numbers. All right, number 16, and they give us x to the third over y to the negative 6, and this whole thing is raised to the 1/3 power. All right, well, hopefully alarm bells are going off because you see a negative exponent here in my denominator. And in Professor Burkett's class, we learned that negative exponents, we call them screamers. And when we have a screamer, we want to change it around a little bit, move it around, and instead of leaving it, we're going to change it into a positive. And the way that we do that is by either moving it to the numerator or moving it to the denominator, depending on where it starts. And so if I have a screamer, meaning a negative exponent in my numerator, in order to make it positive, in order for it to stop screaming, I've got to move it to the denominator. Or in this case, I have a screamer in my denominator, so to make it stop screaming, I'm going to move it up top. And when I do that, I end up with x to the third, because my x to the third didn't change. It was already positive, and so it was able to stay right where it was. But now, since I've moved up my screamer, it goes from a negative 6 to a positive 6. So that's the whole reason we move these. But it's still raised to the 1/3 power. So I see that we're obviously working with powers here, exponents, and so you've got to go back to earlier in the year and remember the rules that govern exponents. And if I were to say, let's say we had x to the third squared, hopefully you would tell me that since this is a power to a power, I'm going to multiply 3 by 2 to get x to the 6th. Well, we're going to use the same rule. This is a power to a power, and so we are going to multiply our exponent. So really I have x to the third times the 1/3. Well, what's 3 times 1/3? Well, really we can rewrite this as a fraction, right? We can say 3/1 times 1/3. And when I multiply fractions, I don't have to worry about common denominators or anything like that. I just go from left to right. So 3 times 1, well, that's just 3. Well, 1 times 3, that's also 3. And so 3/3, well, that just reduces to 1, right? And so x cubed to the 1/3, we know now reduces to an exponent of just 1, but we don't ever have to write a 1 when it's an exponent, so that just comes out as an x. And now I have y to the 6th to the 1/3, so really this is 6 times 1 to the third, which is, we can rewrite 6/1 times 1/3. And again, I'm just going to multiply straight across. What is 6 times 1? Well, that's just 6. What is 1 times 3? Well, that's 3. 6/3 reduces to a 2. And so y to the 6th to the 1/3 comes out as y squared. And that is our answer. Nothing too complicated there, right? But looks maybe a little daunting at first. But again, if you just remember your rules for exponents, you'll be able to easily solve this. So we don't want a screamer. We want to make our screamers stop screaming by either moving them up or down depending on where they start. And once we have them stop screaming and they become positive, well, then it's just a matter of remembering that a power to a power is multiplication. And when we do that, we come out with xy to the second. All right, well, that was number 16. We're going to cruise along to number 17, which I also think is working with exponents. And so we'll get a little bit more practice at number 17, and I will see you all there. Again, Joe Brownlee with Palm Beach State. Thanks for watching.